All right, man. This is a little quickie right here. Special 90 minutes on film. Everybody, we all just witnessed a film that just recently came out, and we want to talk about it.
Yeah. Had some thoughts.
We had some thoughts on it. And Chris, what is that film?
We're going to talk about Alien Romulus.
Run.
So, how did you see this? You saw it from iHeart?
Yes.
Or
special screening? Yes, correct.
Yeah, Romulus. Yeah. And I want to say it was that night you saw it. You text me, you're like, when are you guys going to see Alien?
Yes.
I have thoughts. That's what the text said. Yes. When are you going? I have thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, so I ran to the theater the next day, saw it once, and then I went back and saw it. I saw it Thursday in IMAX, Saturday in Dolby, because I wanted to get the difference in the colors and the sound. And then Gabe, yourself?
I saw it in Dolby. I know you said you got to see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
But when I go with the wifey wants to see it in Dolby. I do like the sound though. I'm more about the sound.
Yeah, the sound is
especially in a film like that one. I think it's a crucial thing. So
yeah, watching that IMAX and the sound design was so good. I was like, I have to see this in Dolby because I know the sound is going to be like proper.
Yeah. Off the bat.
Sure.
What are your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, me not really being like a major sci-fi person, but I do love the Alien.
Yeah.
All the movies associated. I really enjoyed this movie. Okay. So I was in it the entire way. Like I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Honestly, there was one time I had to pee so bad. Like I was doing the pee-pee dance and I had to get up and go. And I'm like,
broke the golden rule with the golden shower.
I did. And I could not hold it. And I'm like sitting there and like moving around in my seat. I'm like, babe, I gotta go. Right. And so
what scene?
Shoot, I don't remember which one it was. I know I came back and she was like, it was the scene where the cousin leaves them on the ship. So I was like, I kind of ran. I was like watching the screen, and I ran to the bathroom once I got out of the theater, and I ran.
Oh, when he steals it?
When when the cousin takes the ship and he leaves them there.
Yeah, when you walk back in, like she's like, it's coming out of her chest and shit.
Yeah, she told me what happened, and then it was that part happened not too long after that, so I didn't miss any of that.
Damn.
But yeah, man.
Okay,
I loved it though. I thought it was great. That was so.
For me, I was entertained.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I hate it. Like I didn't hate it. I liked it. My thoughts were, I kind of liked, how they some nods, tip of the caps to, the franchise itself. I guess
almost too much, but
a little bit too much, especially the key line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like. I don't know. Go ahead, keep going.
I don't know if I should say this now.
Yeah, just everybody spoilers.
It's a question about like when we saw like Ash,
Yeah. That's the first. I watched it once just to kind of, get the shock and awe. That's why second time I wanted to see it, I was like, okay, I really got to go back in. I want to see, how it feels. Perfect movie until Ian Holmes shows up. And that's the first fucking, like, not even a yellow light to a stoplight to a motherfucking red fucking light. Stop the fucking car right there. And I was like, what the fuck? Again, like, even the second time watching, I'm like, dude, we really didn't need that.
But I think that they needed. Well, so
we know.
I understand he was the bridge.
Yeah, but we know
the storytelling, right?
Well, he's the exposition dump for everybody.
Right.
Like,
thank you.
Because there's no, like, Alien works because it's just about surviving. Alien 2 works because it's about fucking revenge. This one, they're like, well, we're actually trying to build this perfect organism that's going to fucking, like, to make sure that they can terraform all these planets, and it's the big bad company this entire time. Like, and you need the fucking robot to fucking dump all that shit on you.
Yeah.
And we all know Ridley Scott is like executive producer on this thing. So
yes,
it's like a huge fucking producer note. Like, make sure you include this. Don't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another thing though for me was I think the cast was really weak.
Really?
For myself, I think so. I don't think.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. I think was it Kaylee?
Oh yeah,
I think
Kaylee
how you pronounce her
Spaney.
name. Yeah. I mean, she was cool. She was good.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's not anything that, to be honest, what she did was, I'm pretty sure we can fill that in with anybody else, to be honest.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
But the one that stood out to me the most, and I think that really for me was the glue, was Dave Johnson.
Yeah.
Playing
Andy.
Andy.
Yeah,
He was great.
fucking.
He was fantastic.
He was good.
Man.
Dude, I loved him.
He was
like
really good.
5-10 minutes in, I'm like, God damn it, they're gonna kill him.
Yeah. Just when his character was introduced and stuff, you could already just get the a sense of like, oh, this
Sweet innocent kid.
Sweet innocent, and like this is not going to end well for this guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we had Isabella come in,
And
and she was talking about it and everything. One of the key things I think was kind of nice to hear from her was just the fact that Alvarez was director.
Yeah.
And just having, a cultural impact.
Yeah, it's dope.
And then he was speaking to her in Spanish and
dope
on headsets, and she said that she really, liked that, knowing that there was that on set.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's good for. We're all here, obviously, of Hispanic, Mexicano, Latin descent. I guess whatever.
That's dope.
And for me, I think that's pretty awesome. Just. That impact in this industry, we're starting to get a little bit more of a shine.
Yeah. Especially that. But he's a creative. Like, I mean, you guys have seen "Don't Breathe," amazing movie.
Yes. Yes.
The Evil Dead remake, amazing. So he's like a very, visual director. Like he executes, and I thought that's why I recommended seeing it in IMAX, Gabe, because the fucking visuals are insane. The fucking sets are insane.
Practical.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. 2 reasons. One, from I think a cinematographer perspective, just the way light bounces off of it more naturally. It's not CGI created.
Yeah. More natural.
It's more natural. Thank you. And the other thing is, I think actors can really feed off of that more.
Yeah.
You're actually giving them something instead of saying, all right, you're scared of this little stick with the green thing on it.
With the tennis ball. Here's the tennis ball.
Yeah. So it adds a lot to the scene, and obviously for characters and the actors to feed off of it. So I love practical effects.
Highlights, Gabe?
Come back to me here for a minute.
Okay. Highlight, Wacko?
Yeah.
What's you got? You got like 1 or 2 highlights, man? Like, was it the practical and the cinematography?
Yeah, the practical cinematography I think was done well. One of the highlights, I think, one of the scenes that I really liked is once it just really got into it. Let me go back to that.
Sure.
I like how it just quick setup. What I give credit for is quick setup.
Yeah.
This is where we got to do it. This is where we're going, and boom, it already starts rocking and rolling. We're not waiting for the storyline shit. We're not waiting for anything. It was like, this is it. Like we're going. Like we're in it. There's no need to go.
Yeah, and you already know.
Yeah, we already know. We already went through how many aliens.
They're not going to make it.
We're waiting like who's going to die, and we know who's going to survive, but what's the outcome? Yeah.
How bad's it going to be?
Yeah.
You could tell he had a lot of heart placed into the movie. Even the Prometheus fucking hybrid at the end.
Oh, gosh.
That was kind of so that's not a low point for me. Low point for me is going to be Ian Holm, digitally coming back from the grave because he passed away in 2020. And then them having to tie in all of the Prometheus shit, and like I said it on my Instagram, like fucking Ridley Scott always trying to fix whack ass Prometheus. Like, just let it go, bro. Let the shit die. But I did like the creature at the end. And it was cool when and this has happened both viewings I went to go see it. Isabel Merced is like laying on the ground, and Ray or whatever, she's like running over, like check if she's okay, and like she's like looking over her shoulder, and like it just kind of stops, and she turns around and the music drops and the little alien sticks his fucking head out. Like each of my viewings, because they were fucking packed, the whole audience in unison, they were like, ugh. Like the whole fucking audience, dude.
Yeah.
It was
that's the same for
great,
same experience with myself. This girl behind was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, some good jump scares in the movie, but
it was cool. I think with Isabella, like, I don't know, that character was I understand the purpose of it, you know, but I mean, it really wasn't too much for me, like, you know.
And, I mean, it's a very self-contained story.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
I guess so.
It's just the fan service. I love it, but I think some of that shit could have taken it.
Yeah,
taking it out, it would have been a 5. Like, make it its own story. Yeah, it would have been like a 5 for me. I had given it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it a good 4, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So, the other thing though too was, it would have been kind of curious just to see maybe a little bit more maturing cast. You know,
you wanted a more mature cast.
They were a little young.
Yeah, a little young.
I thought it was
to
cool.
Me,
I mean,
no, it's cool, but I think maybe if it was a more mature cast, it probably would have delivered something a little bit different for myself. I think
I disagreeing a little bit with Wacko. I did enjoy Kaylee in the movie.
I thought she was dope, dude.
I thought she did a really, really good job. Mm-hmm. I do agree with Andy. I loved his character, and I felt for him. Overall, even though he's meant to, pass along, type of thing. But I think just overall, like you guys were kind of talking about, the downfall, I think, was like all of the jump scares were pretty predictable as to when they were going to happen. So there was like no real issue, but the tense, like how they made you feel tense in the movie, that's the part that I really enjoyed. I know when I was with the wifey, there's a couple of times like she like grabbed my arm or something just a little bit and kind of squeezed it on those tense moments. And so obviously there was something that was there that was happening, and I was feeling those moments too. So that's what I have to say that I really enjoyed about the movie was it just felt tense the entire way. And not that I'm not comparing it to Oppenheimer, but it's the same viewing that I had with Oppenheimer where I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Cool,
you know, like it just grabbed me in, and I was in the movie the entire time.
That's dope. You were vested.
I was vested. Yeah, for sure.
Super dope. Yeah. Super dope. All right. Well,
and so question is, I know that there's other movies that were, kind of okay that people really enjoyed, but is this the top movie of the year so far?
Oof. I don't know. Good question. I've seen a lot of movies. For me, no, I don't think so. Okay. It's up there though. I mean, it's definitely like, it's definitely up there.
Because you have Quiet Place Day One, I think is going to be better than this. I don't know, but there's been some bad movies.
I mean, I like this one because I got more history with this one. Like I saw Alien, in 84 and Aliens, like when it came out in 86. And I love Alien 3. I'm part of the minority. Like not a lot of people like that one, but I got a lot of history with this one. Are you crying, Wacko?
Yeah.
This is more of a therapy session for Wacko because he texts me like, "We gotta talk about this. I have thoughts.
Yeah,
when are you gonna watch this?"
It was good.
Did you expect more?
To be honest, no, because I was already expecting to be disappointed.
Oof! Wow! Dang. Wow! So did you leave disappointed?
No, I didn't leave disappointed. No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
So, which was good. Yeah. So but I was expecting going in and just be like, all right, what's gonna happen? Because it's so common now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like it's just tough too, because like none of these movies, they don't really surprise you anymore. Like what I'm saying, because it's all been done, and it's like now we're redoing Prometheus. You know what I mean? It's like just let it go. Just give me a fucking story about them stuck in the fucking space station and how the fuck are they gonna get out? That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want.
I don't need the evil company.
Yeah, you always have to bring the company involved. There's always politics or whatever. Just hey, they want to get off the planet. They go in a ship. They don't even know what the fuck's on the ship, and then there's fucking aliens in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom. You know?
Yeah. Dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Dun dun.
All right. Well, cool. That was. I guess we can
All
close
right,
out then. You got anything else to add? Anybody? Final thoughts?
Well, they're gonna
Let's
do
hear for a
one.
sequel.
What do you guys' thoughts on that? You know they're gonna do one. Yeah.
They have to.
I mean, if Disney is smart, because that's Disney now, they're gonna go the route they did with Predator, because Prey is like a standalone story, and now they're doing another one, and it's gonna be what's Dakota Fanning's sister, Elle Fanning. She's the lead in that one, so it's gonna be another different standalone story. So if they're smart, just keep it a fucking standalone.
No, they're just still gonna try to carry this story.
She
Well,
survived.
they kind of left it like that though too, right? The corporate involved.
Yeah, they're gonna scoop her up.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
for all
supposed to be the series too, right?
that. Yeah, Alien Earth comes out.
Okay.
Next year. Yeah, they showed the teaser before the movie, but that takes place before Prometheus. So everybody's like, "How the fuck are we gonna do this story?" You know, when it's all linked together. But it's no Whaley.
Mm-hmm.
We did Fargo, the TV show.
Well,
So
we'll see how
it's
that goes.
promising.
Then. All right, guys. Well, we'll wait, see what they what platter they bring to the table, and I'm hoping it's good and it pops out of my stomach.
It doesn't look like a Prometheus baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, y'all. Good shit.
All right.